Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of the country's biggest stars and some of my favourite people. And we've got one for you today. Tom Reed-Wilson is the posh totty, really, that everybody seems to love. He's got buckets of warmth, and I'm delighted to say he joins us on the phone now. How are you?
What a splendid warm welcome that was.
You are delicious, and if you don't mind me saying, you're also a bit of posh totty. It's not a bad thing to have that. I'm none of those things.
Oh, do be quiet. You are all of the above and more.
I am a deeply unattractive man. I don't know whether you've seen Shrek. Some people think we could be twins.
Well, actually, I think Shrek's rather handsome.
You like the larger man, do you?
I do. I like it when the contours are many.
The good thing about me is you can fondle me all night and never touch the same place twice.
Yes, that's what I like. I like it when you can draw a map of the man.
Every cloud has a silver lining, doesn't it, Tom?
Yes, I'll say.
Do you know, it's been an interesting couple of years for you. I mean, you seem to have shot to fame from seemingly nowhere, but actually the truth is you've been in show business nearly all of your life, haven't you?
Yeah, that's true. Gosh, you've really done your homework. Yeah, I'm sort of an erstwhile thespian, and I toured the length and breadth of the country, and then sort of suddenly, on a whim, doing Windsor Rep, decided I wanted to kind of penetrate the upper echelons a bit and auditioned for The Voice.
Did you get to penetrate any of them?
Well, I got to appear on it, and then I sort of flopped, but in a way it was serendipitous because the lady that was putting together Celebs Go Dating saw it and said, oh, we want someone that's fairly jolly hockey sticks because the agents are very earnest out of necessity. And they said, maybe you'll be the right contrast. And then I had a ball doing that. Is
this an act? And are you, in fact, more of a Barry White in real life? Or is this really you? How much is affectation?
Well, I wish I had that rich basso profundo because it oscillates through my body every time I hear it. But no, alas, it's this all the time. As all my friends will attest, for better or worse.
Tell me about your upbringing and your childhood. You sound like you've had a privileged life.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I have in a way. I have in terms of education, and then having a father who was an English teacher before he retired, and having a steady diet of the most fabulous literature and a real reverence for language, but certainly not choking on a silver spoon. I mean, I've always lived off the smell of an oily rag, really.
Really?
I have. I've just done it with very well-rounded vowels.
Have you been hanging around those mechanics' workshops a lot? Is that where you get these oily rags? It's interesting in life when you do this job, you speak to people who seem like they were born to be who they are. Have you always felt like that you were born to be you? I know that sounds a silly saying, but you're so you. It's incredible.
Well, that's actually a really lovely thing to say, and I think that what happened to me was that I had a sort of a crisis of confidence in my mid-teens, and then in my late teens I sort of thought, actually, all these bizarre idiosyncrasies of mine I could just celebrate, and if I do, perhaps other people will a bit more too. And it was a kind of epiphany, I suppose, and really life-changing, because now the quirks and things that I perhaps used to find a bit embarrassing, perhaps the bits I celebrate the most these days.
Well, and it's interesting, isn't it, how we've evolved over the last 30 years. If you'd have been born 30 years earlier, it would have been almost impossible for you to be you, and that's shocking, isn't it?
I know. I mean, what huge seismic shifts we've had. I actually wrote a poem this week about Section 28. I mean, it's mind-boggling that it's the 30th anniversary this year of that awful piece of legislation, and that people couldn't teach Tchaikovsky in a music class and lend a richer context of his love life and perhaps what the inspiration for some of the tunes were, or draw any parallels. It just seems like education was so deprived for not having richer context all the time.
It seems to me younger people now don't even notice whether you're gay, straight, transgender, binary, bisexual. None of it matters.
I know. That makes me so happy that that there's this wonderful, rich tapestry, and people don't think about it so much. I think it's wonderful. And how lucky are we to be in this part of the world? And when you think about what it's like for young gay people in Russia and other parts of the world, it makes me think, gosh, we're lucky.
And even in this country, I mean, we look at the USA. I just spent 4 weeks working in Vegas, and you'll find in LA, you'll find in San Francisco or New York. But you go to the Midwest, I think they still probably have the same issues we had here 30 years ago. Seriously.
I completely agree. And I think that in some ways it must be harder for them knowing that, a state away is a very different world. I think that's, particularly for young people who haven't yet got the financial opportunity to move and create their own path yet.
Do you ever get the odd arsehole who will make snide comments about the way in which you speak or the way you look?
Yes, there are always a few, but it's kind of, I think it becomes white noise when you get to be in your 30s. And as I say, the more you celebrate yourself, the more it does fall on deaf ears, truly.
I look at you as a person and I see huge talent and I hear the voice and all of that, but physically it looks like a lot of work. The arms, tell me about the arms. How many hours do we have to put into that? That seems like a lot of work.
Well, I'm sort of minimum effort for maximum gain, so I'm a huge...
It sounds like my career.
I'm a huge supersetter in the gym, so that's when you train a specific muscle group and then immediately train it in a different way, and so you sort of shock it all the time, and that means you can for me it means I can shrink my workouts because I do get bored.
What a waste of time it is going there. Let's talk about your music, because I think the first TV thing we saw you on was The Voice, and that was born out of musical theatre. It seems to me there are a lot of very specific roles, whether it be cabaret or Rocky Horror or something like that, where you'd be perfect. Is that your ultimate desire, to be in a big West End show?
Well, from your lips to someone's ears, because, the ones you list are exactly the one. The MC in Cabaret, I would adore to play one day. Adore Candor and Ebb. And there are a few of those roles. I'd love, when I'm older, to play Albin in Le Cage aux Folles as well.
Well, you are what you are, aren't you, really?
Yes, indeed.
And then we look at The Voice. For you, is that a good place to shine? I've got friends in the West End, whether it be Kerry Ellis, who didn't get the chairs to turn round. And of course, it was ultimately very embarrassing and humiliating because she thought she was a big star that they were all going to turn round for. Did you care about that, or was it just for the exposure?
Well, the huge difference between me and Kerry, whom I adore, is that I had nothing to lose in a way.
Yeah.
She did have this glittering West End career that kind of went ahead of it, and I didn't. Pockets of people knew me in various pockets of the country, but that's about it. So it was quite liberating for me because I thought, oh well, this is my first foray, my first splash. All my work really has been in the provinces. It's that kind of classic actor stories of sort of seedy digs and regional theatres.
Yeah, it's a bit grubby, isn't it?
It is all a bit grubby. It's far from glamorous. I remember someone coming to my drama school, actually, an alumni, saying, if any of you have any kind of delusions of grandeur and things like that, you've got to get rid of them straight away because it'll all be tacky digs and tacky theatres. And I thought, oh, not for me. I remember quietly thinking, oh no, I shan't stick it if it's like that. And that's exactly what I did, really, for 10 years, and loved it.
I spend my life in theatres talking to stars, and I think to myself, you've such glamour on stage, but the other 22 hours of the day are ultimately quite depressing if you haven't got something bigger than the show. It's a very contrasted world, isn't it?
Oh, yes, hugely. And it's so funny because you become so unabashed too. Often there'll be 7 of you crammed in a dressing room, and you might have a member in your face. You just never know.
Sounds like my production meeting this morning.
Well, I remember being in one once, and I was doing a quick change, and I was just about to go on, and one of the boys said to me, "Oh my God, your nipples are like tax discs." Mortified. I had to go straight on stage.
It can be distracting.
Literally, I have to say. It can.
These words can be hurtful when your nipples are described as CD size. And then we move to the present, and of course, Celebs Go Dating is where you've really become a household name, bit on the side, where you, again, were given an opportunity to shine.
Oh, yes. And a big part of that is Rylan's generosity, because he is so lovely and so generous. And he'll always say, give him something else. Or, he's really sweet in that way. He's an altruist, I think.
Mm. I think he's grateful to be there as well. He knows that he was very lucky with the talent show, and then he's forged his career out of it, and good for him. He's really created something magical, hasn't he?
And he's so good. He makes it look so easy.
Yeah,
but
he does.
I think Big Brother's Bit on the Side is one of the hardest shows to do, because you're dealing with your ad-libbing, you've got the auto cue, you've got live audience, you have a panel, and then you have interviews.
Yeah.
And on eviction nights, it's live. It's kind of really tough.
Yeah, and then he'll add in those production bits, which make it even more complicated.
Yes, exactly.
Is your life as you want it to be now? Are you happy with your lot? I mean, it isn't theatre, it's TV, but that's often a bigger audience with less work and better pay. So I suppose in one way you've won the war, haven't you?
Yes, and I think a curious thing happened. One of the last things I did in the theatre was I was touring Cat and Hat, playing the cat. And I played at the Palace Theatre, and one of my best friends came to see me. And after the show, he was very quiet. And I don't know if you've been to the Palace, but it's vast. And he was very quiet afterwards, and I kept saying, "Darling, do tell me what you thought." And he said, "Oh, you were great, darling, but you could have been at least a third bigger, And I thought, I don't know where I'd find another third. I mean, my cup runs dry. And then suddenly when I started to tell you, I thought, oh, this fits. I feel the right size for it, just instinctively. So it was a curious accident, but it was a very happy one, I think.
Well, you're so charming and you're so warm, and you're just what we need on TV, which is feel-good nonsense, and we're delighted with all your success. E4 Celebs Goes Dating continues, and you can find Tom Reed Wilson on Twitter as well. Anything else I can plug for you? You deserve a big plug.
Oh, well, today is all about the summer solstice and the longest date that Badoo's hosting, and I'm kind of compere and host and Cupid. That's Stephanie Pratt in the background. Can you hear?
She sounds very busy.
Yes. So I'm kind of playing Cupid out in Shoreditch Gardens. Heaven.
And are you out there now? I can hear sort of birds tweeting and horns in the background. Who's giving you the horn, by the way?
Indeed. Well, there are klaxons going off when activities conclude. So they move to the next thing, and there's pottery classes and people making pasta and jiu-jitsu and picnics, you name it, it's all going on.
Well, it sounds very exciting. Tell us where we come and how we get involved. Is there a website?
At Shoreditch Gardens, it's actually just today, but I think anybody's welcome to pop along. We have a ticketed, but free ticketed party this evening. The more the merrier, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, fabulous. Have a pop down there to Shoreditch. And Tom Reed Wilson, thank you so much for your time. It's been lovely talking to you.
And to you.